Jeez. Definitely never ever been anywhere this cool.
This is mental, eh?
Right? Yeah. Stay in here, boys. Can you bring the salmon up here? Woo! Hours to get up, seconds to get down.
It's crazy.
Yeah, just like, fuck man. This show just like combines all my favorite things.
We've been planning this trip for about 3 years now. The first year we got weathered out, and then obviously the last 2 years have been up in the air for everybody. So kept in contact with everyone, and then the stars just aligned, and we're able to put it together for this year, and we're pretty excited to finally pull the trigger.
We're flying around and scouting. It's definitely a bit overwhelming. There's a lot of mountains out here. A lot of stuff that looks like it goes. I think just for all of us, like it feels like we're in Jurassic Park or something, man. Like it's just sensory overload. It's insane.
Never seen anything like this before. It's just so much bigger scale and legs are shaking at some of the drop-in points. Usually I think as soon as you're about 5 seconds in, you realize that it is all good. You know, like I kind of feel more at one on my wheels than I do on my feet. Like I know that when I'm on my bike, I'm going to be able to stop. Whereas for some reason, if I'm on my feet and I start slipping, I feel like I can't stop.
Really gnarly crossing right there. I'll wait till you get over.
Yeah, just wait a sec. I mean, I grew up on the beaches, and this is definitely not what we're on the beaches now.
Yeah, the toughest thing is actually knowing how the dirt and terrain are going to be. You can look at it from maps, Google Earth, satellite imagery. Pretty much every mountain around here looks like it's got perfect riding terrain. Jumping in the helicopter, looking around, just so stoked, like looks like endless options. And then when we finally would set down, you'd actually notice like how big some of the rocks are.
And it's crazy how the terrain is kind of deceiving because everything's so big out here. And the first line we dropped into, we were like, oh, that's a mellow line, you know? And then it ended up like, once we were in it, it was pretty like full on. And so it's definitely a whole new experience. And it's a bit scary at times, but it's definitely cool because we got a lot more done in a shorter amount of time.
Did you know it was going to be this much hiking when you signed up?
No, I fully thought we were going to just be in the helicopter the whole time, but I'm not mad about the hiking. I think it's sick, and you know, you kind of get a better gauge on the terrain hiking around. Just go sit at home for a day and then fucking back on the road.
I think this morning was definitely like the first time that it's really kicked in, like how surreal the experience was with the RVs that Outdoorsy supplied us for the trip, just walking straight across the road and loading into a heli. Like I don't think you can really get that experience anywhere else. So it's been unbelievable staying right there on site. Just you're having a coffee and then you're in a helicopter and then you're up there. It's been crazy.
What we had was a group of guys that all have every excuse to have an ego because of the the abilities they have on a bike and what they've done within the bike community. But there wasn't an ego on this trip. It was incredible. Like, guys were sending it, other guys were taking it easy certain days, but everybody was still high-fiving each other because, like, first things first, they're friends and they're bike riders, and they're just stoked on watching each other having a great time. And that's why we're here, and that's why anybody rides a bike.
The production team had pretty hefty bags. The helicopters were pretty full, so that meant there was really no place for bags except for on your lap stacked on top of you. So what we thought would be, you know, a really amazing helicopter experience ended up being a bunch of cameras stuffed in like sardines. I think the main challenge is the amount of cameras you could have, and then secondarily is how much can each person carry, and just, you know, knowing you've got the right team with the right cameras and keeping that as streamlined as possible. From the camera standpoint, to do the guys justice, we really needed to have a big variation of camera setup. From putting a camera down at the bottom that's a long lens that can tight and get that real close action, all the way up to getting that wide shot from the side ridge and the drone that could also pull a wide. It was just really finding that variation that not only showcased the amphitheaters that we're in, because everything in Alaska is so massive, so you need that wide to really draw everything in, all the way down to getting tight on the action, showing what these guys are doing and the magnitude of it.
Sick. Yeah, look.
Oh, don't go. Like, do not go there.
Okay. Woo! It's mental. You're riding down this? I'm joking.
Okay.
I was looking, I was like, hell no. That was a cool adventure.
It was.